Hello choosers, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. This is number 2. I'll probably release them over a couple of days. I don't want to bore you all to death. This is Dante so far. So Commander Dante, Commander of the Blood Angels chapter in the Games Workshop's Warhammer 40,000 genre. I'm having a load of fun doing this. I'll be back to. I've got to put some. I've done some primer on the original piece, but I've not gone to town on doing a base. I just wanted to move on to the next one once I've done Dante, because I'm keeping him on this base. I might well have another go at this in it once I've got my skills up a bit more on non-metallic metal. I'll have another go. So all I've added here is the usual cork, and tried to make a bit of a replicate one of these columns, but a smaller one sticking out the ground. He is supposed to be some type of worn out statue that's, you know, on the ground and broken up. So yeah, I'll paint it all in a black, making sure I cover this up first, because I know what I'm like. Oh, it'll be nothing, and I'll flick bloody black primer all over the figure. I just know it. So yeah, I'll be using a rubber glove. Put that over the top. Job's a good one. So things still to be done. As you can see, I put the backpack on, painted him. Now I've pushed the highlights up a heck of a lot on the jump backpack, the jump pack. So I'm probably going to be pushing the same highlights higher on the knees and that, but I'm not going to. But yes, so that's that. I only painted that the other night. I've still got to do some more work in highlights to the. I didn't want the yellow metal to be as the same buttery yellow as I've done on Dante. I wanted it to be a more of a dark. Well, I know what I'm on about. I didn't want it to be exactly the same as that anyway. The power axe, I've got to outline a bit more. I'm not happy with it, but it's all new to me. All this non-metallic and everything is. I've done little bits of non-metallic, but never, you know, on a full figure before. So I think that's as best as I'm going to get it. I did think of repainting it again, and I thought no, because I have repainted it twice, and I thought no, get him done and we'll move on to the next figure. Until you start, you know, it's like all figures. Yes, you've got to still carry on learning stuff, but also the more you do, the more you'll hopefully pick up. So I've got things I've got to do. So white highlights still to, you know, just bring it up to like the jump pack. Work a bit more on the non-metallic and on the grip of the sword there. Outline the power sword a bit, the power axe even. I've got to put some more on the purity seal. I've just put a base colour on that. On the actual parchment on that, I think it's not looking particularly great, so I'm going to probably repaint the parchment. And that goes on there, and on obviously the pistol and on the back of his halo thing. I need to bring up the highlights around the head as well, a bit more. Tidy up the Dante scroll work on there, which isn't particularly great, but it's a start. And I've got to do something, because this is is it a melter pistol, I believe. So I'll probably replicate. What you try and do on something like this is not to have too many colours, because it gets a bit confusing when somebody views a piece. So as I've decided to paint that, the more blue is, but I've painted the jump pack. I'm going to paint a bit more white in that to bring the power effect up a bit more on that. And I've managed to get some around the edge there, which I need to, you know, bring in a bit. I didn't make a great job on these spheres. There's a load to learn, and that's what this piece was. It was just trying to get me understanding how to paint it a bit better. So yeah, I'll probably put the blue in the cartridge there. I'll probably put blue the same as that. And obviously at the base here, it'll be what it'll be. Be usual, just war-torn detritus type stuff. I'm not going to try and put any dirtify. I'm not dirtifying this this non-metallic after I've done it. But yeah, oh, and I'll do a glowing effect, I think, in the barrel, because I think that'd be a nice. Oh, and the eyes as well. The eyes are going to have a bit of that blue in the eyes as well. But no, really nice figure. As I say, I think you get it in the UK for anywhere from £27 to 28, 29 quid, something like that. Now, I don't know if I'm doing this. It'll definitely be primed, and I'll do some pre-shading on it, which is the big Tyrannid. Can we go back, Gav, on the big Tyrannid? So yeah, this is the. I mean, his arms. I didn't have the. I either didn't have the base with this, or I lost the base with it. I'm not sure. It doesn't really make much difference because I'll probably stick it on a little base of its own. But I will have one last look for it. So bits and pieces are probably not sitting properly leg wise. They do give you some nice positioning of the legs, so you know where to lock them in place. Got that bit of a gap down where his tongue is there, and I've glued it, although it's slightly off cock. I don't mind, but I made, just to give it some strength, I've glued it up onto the teeth as well. But yeah, I'm going to put some, like, in this maw, mouth, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to when it's finished, I'll try and make up some slimy stuff, if that makes sense. So yeah, I love how they sculpt these. Got a ripped off arm of a Space Marine. You've got some concrete that he's gripping hold of with his other tentacle things. You've got all this stuff that comes out of his carapace. So yeah, it'll be a nice little project, that. I don't think I'd do it with an airbrush, apart from doing my main it's not zenithal, I'm just pre-shading it, but yeah, just do the usual grey and black pre-shading, because there's a lot of places here that are going to be in shadow areas. And colours, I might go with a traditional, like, it's not purple, is it? Well, they have, yeah, it's like a darky blue type of thing, and bit of purple or violet or something like that, magenta in it, with creamy coloured softer flesh bits. But I don't know if I'm going to paint him straight away, or if I just jump to get another Eldar or Space Marine yet. I'm not sure. What I might do is paint him on the side with all the other projects that I paint on the side. I mean, he's something to look at, but you know, when you don't 100% feel it, so I don't want to start. I'll definitely get him prepped ready, so anytime I want to pick him up, I can paint him. So I don't know yet. I don't know. So yeah, that's how I look at Dante. That's how he's almost there. As I say, yes, there's bigger areas here, but you see the shine I've tried to recreate, and I need to push it up more. Then on his where the sun's coming down here, I need to push it up a bit more on his arms and tops of his legs and feet, I believe. And then obviously just an overall tidy up again and do the things I've said, and then it's really just paint the base, and he's done. I'd like to think I'd get him done by next weekend, and we'll have a reveal of him. So thank you very much. As I say, I know that the Games Workshop stuff isn't everybody's taste, but I enjoy doing them. As I say, they're a nice change, and yeah, it's just there's some really nice figures in the range. It's just, you know, forking out for them, really. I'm undeciding yet whether I buy a box of Marines or something just to keep practicing on, or if I just keep buying one-off figures, because for roughly like his price, you can almost get a box of 3 or 4 or 5. You know, it doesn't have to be Marines; it can be Orcs or whatever. I'm not sure yet, but I do like doing the single figures as well, because they're nice for the put in my display cabinet. Right, look after yourselves. Hope all's well with you. I think I said on my last video what I've got coming up. Well, obviously, I've said we should have a Dante video at the end of the week saying he's finished. We've got some Empress World War II Arnhem figures to show you, painted, but I doubt I'll have the bases done on by then. I'll have an update on the Royal Fleet Auxiliary light tanker Black Rover, which I'm scratch building. I've gone back to doing a bit on her. And then we'll be getting around to some Napoleonics that have part painted or almost painted, I haven't been based. So there'll be some naps coming up. And I've got some more wood to make my own plinths. So I shall hopefully have a couple of busts and a couple of single figures that I've already done. They just haven't been put on plinths or bases of any description. So I've not shown them off at the end. Anything else coming up? I'm still not getting really any. It's why I'm going back to Black Rover. I've also got another ship that I'm just doing bits and pieces on in the background, but I'm just not being able to get any decent spraying time with my spray booth at the moment. So the car's on hold at the moment, the hot rod, and also the ferret is still on hold, just because by the time I've got Nugget then asking to do stuff, and I have to do that, obviously get him in the garden or whatever, and I can't have my airbrush sitting around with paint in it, and it's just a bit of a nightmare. So I prefer not to do that stuff at the moment until we've got more time to get on the airbrush properly. So at the moment all I'm using the airbrush for is putting down primer and putting down varnish really at the moment. I mean, Black Rover's got ages to go before she's got anywhere near paint, so I'm going to literally build her complete and then just paint her in one go and hope for the best. So anyway, waffling, look after yourselves, and we'll catch each other very soon, hopefully, on another video.